Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some Real Housewives of Orange County / Real Housewives of Atlanta crossover here because we have some drama and it's very one-sided drama. Let me just get to the point real quick. Tamra Judge is suspecting that Drew Sidora's storyline on Real Housewives of Atlanta is fake. Her marriage situation, this whole assistant trying to get a massage, disappearing. She feels like the whole thing is not true. And she's sharing also, because she just filmed Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. That's coming out in June, season 2. She's sharing how Phaedra responded to the Kandi feud on the show, which I'm very curious about because we know as long as Kandi's on Atlanta, Phaedra is never allowed back. That line has been drawn in the sand, and Bravo, they give Kandi multiple spinoffs. Kandi's a front runner. She's one of the highest paid, and she works her butt off. So I'm sure Bravo's like, you know what? She does a lot for us and she gives us a lot of content. We pick Kandi over Phaedra. And also what Phaedra did to Kandi was really wrong. We can all agree on that. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like, according to Reality Blurb, Tamra Judge is not so sure about Drew Sidora and her husband Ralph's storyline on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She feels like they're not necessarily being honest about their marriage. During a recent episode of their podcast, and that's 2 T's in a Pod with Teddy Mellencamp, they reacted to the premiere episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And in doing so, they were talking about the episode which featured Drew revealing that she had come across a text message from Ralph's assistant, and this is when the woman offered to give him a massage. Before we jump into that, if I ever came across a text message from, I have a fiance, same thing, we've been together almost 9 years now. If I came across a text message that said, you know, hey, I'm going to give you a massage. Do you want a massage? And it was from an assistant. There's no way, no chance in hell would that be okay with me or anybody else, really. This is what Tamra said. He wouldn't have any balls left. I would chop them off. Ugh. And this was after being asked how she would respond to such a scenario with her husband, Eddie Judge. And Teddy agreed, if Edwin had an assistant that offered to give him a massage, that's a no for me. But while Tamra said that she wouldn't tolerate, what Drew claims to have experienced with Ralph, that doesn't mean she's buying it. And a lot of people have said this, actually. I feel like it's fake. That's my impression. I don't know her. I've never seen her on the show before. It's been a few years since I've watched. And for her, when somebody's constantly bringing up, the very first episode about the massage, even he did, you're trying to prove a point. And that is where Tamra is saying it's fake. I thought something similar. Love Drew Sidora. But when they first brought it up, when they went to go introduce Sonia Richards-Ross into the show, and they met her and her husband at the gym, and she was talking to Sonia about it, and then Ralph was talking to Sonia's husband about it, and they were doing it at the same time. It almost came off like they knew what they were going there to talk about, and that they were going to kind of set this tone, plant the seed for the rest of the season, because this is the first moment of filming, but now they have drama to go off of. Now this can help future businesses. It could also hurt future businesses, and it could also take away his credibility. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here when you try to control a narrative, especially if it is in fact fake, like Tamra's suspecting. Then after it was suggested that Kandi Burruss was the Kyle Richards of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Teddy named her as the comic relief and said that she appears to have a good relationship with the majority of her co-stars, despite knowing that we have upcoming drama with Kandi and Marlo. And I'm suspecting that's because everyone's questioning Marlo's finances. Where do you get your money? We've never known where you got your money. Why don't you talk about it? And I feel like Marlo probably clapped back and said, where did Todd get his money? From Kandi's pocketbook? I feel like that Marlo is sharp with the tongue. And once you talk about Kandi's husband or her family, we know that is how you will get a reaction 100%. But that's most of us. That's not just Kandi, that's anybody. Talk about my family, that's all of us. Let's be real. You'll get a reaction. You want a reaction? You're not going to get a show. You're going to get a Broadway musical. What she also has coming out. She really is gosh, she's like a serial entrepreneur. That's exactly what she is. Hold on. She seems like everybody kind of gets along with her. And that's what Teddy said. She's kind of the voice of reason as well. And that's Tamra's opinion. When the conversation then moved to Candy's recent statements about leaving the show if Phaedra Parks was brought back due to her suggesting that Candy had planned to drug Portia Williams in an attempt to hook up with her, Tamra admitted that the topic was brought up during the filming of The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2, The Ex-Wives Club. Somebody, I can't remember who, it was probably Brandi Glanville who brought it up to Phaedra, and she shut it down. She just went, nope, no, that didn't happen. Tamra recalled that somebody brought it up. I didn't know, and Phaedra was like, no, not having it, didn't happen. Phaedra does not want to talk about it. Rightfully so. If I were her, would not want to talk about it either. Portia ended up exposing Phaedra on the reunion floor. Phaedra ended up admitting it, but I'm sure that was so long ago at this point. I think Phaedra realizes I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said what I said, and she wants to move on from that. She wants to kind of move past it and not have that drama or what she did in that moment follow her for the rest of her life. A lot of people chalk it up to she got very invested in the show. She knows that in the show, you know, when you're on the show, you need storylines. She did this for a storyline. It was just one step too far. But again, I can see where she would want to forget all about it. According to Tamra, she found Phaedra to be so nice and so sweet. She's such a godly woman, so kind of the peacekeeper, so funny. I fell in love with her. All right. I think that Phaedra would be really sweet. I think Candy would be really sweet. It's an unfortunate situation. They used to be best friends, but that's not for us to decide at this point. That drama is so far in the past. It might not be in the past. Like, granted, I see where Candy's coming from. If somebody is willing to run your name through the mud and potentially ruin your good name, your businesses, your credibility, yeah, would you want to film with that person again, knowing that they've already done it once and they're capable of doing something like that? No, nobody wants to put their hand on the stove twice. You put your hand on the stove once, you get burned. You don't want to do it again. I get that. For Phaedra, I'm excited to see her on Ultimate Girls Trip. I want to see how she reacts to the rest of the women. I want to see if she has any drama, but she does look so funny on the show. And she always brought, you know, just like the funny, witty confessionals. And so does Portia. So did Nene. I miss them. Okay. But I'm excited for Ultimate Girls Trip. Guys, go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts on Tamra suspecting that Drew Sidora has a fake storyline with her husband? Do you agree with that? Or do you think that's a little bit of a reach on Tamra's side? I need your unfiltered opinions. I have my own, but we'll talk about it on Hot Messy Topics. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys. Love you.